Hello, YouTube. Me back. I'm back. I'm trying to get in the habit of blogging a little bit more because I've been like neglecting my ideas and website and all that kind of stuff. Just went on hiatus for a little while. So okay. Oh shit, it's on fire. Hold on. All right. So okay. So that's Rihanna's song "Breaking Dishes." And the reason that I chose to play this or in this video is because I've been seeing a lot of videos floating around on YouTube where people are saying that it's not believable that Rihanna didn't hit Chris Brown first, and that's more than likely why the assault happened. So I watched the interviews, part one and part two, and I didn't turn that down. I didn't watch the one that came on, I think at 10, because I'm fucking tired of hearing about Chris Brown and Rihanna, to be quite honest. But I went on ahead and watched the shorter ones. I'm gonna have to hop on the bandwagon with everybody else, and yeah, I do think that it's ironic that both singers are coming out with their, breaking the silence interviews, like right before their albums drop. Kind of seems like a promo gimmick a little bit. Definitely. Okay, well, I'm not going to say that's so much what it is for Rihanna. I'm going to go into detail about that. But for Chris Brown, it's definitely a promo gimmick. And I'm going to say that because he's already had his time to say what he had to say. He already gave an interview. So why the fuck are you still talking about it, Chris Brown? We don't care. We didn't care when he had on that stupid ass bow tie. And what was killing me was he was acting like, for Rihanna's sake, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't wanna break this confidentiality we have between the two of us. But Rihanna came out and said whatever she had to say about you, sweetheart. And then so now it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go on ahead and say it too. You're not a man of your word, obviously. Anyway, in my opinion, Transformers is a catchy song. It's starting to kind of grow on me, but I still don't just go out of my way to listen to it. If it's on the radio, I won't change it, but I haven't downloaded it and I won't get it on iTunes. And I don't care for Crawl. So it seems to me like Chris Brown just needs to make better music, and maybe that will, fix the solution as to low record sales or whatever else the problem is, or to building his fan base back up. Now, as far as Rihanna goes, yeah, like I said, it's ironic that this is when she decided to come out and speak or whatever. But also keep in mind, she never said that she wasn't going to speak. Never once did Rihanna come out and say, I'm not going to talk about this, or I'm not going to disclose what happened. She just kind of blocked it out. And I think that that's what a lot of women in domestic violence issues do, especially being that, she did go back to him, but she is human. A lot of women do that. A lot of women go back to their husbands or girlfriends or whoever that are, beating them, and it's just because that's what you know. And, eventually some get out of it, some end up, dead or a statistic, and it's sad, but it's the reality of it. What really made me respect Rihanna, though, regardless of whether she did it for promo or whatever, what made me respect her a lot more as a person is the fact that she acknowledged that she is a role model, whether she wants to have to live her life like that or not, whether she wants to have 1,000 people, to be responsible for or not. She kind of does in a way, and she understands that. And as she said, as much as she loved him, that was her best friend, she had, a mouthful of blood. She'd been beaten and bruised, and she did not want to allow other young women to think that you should ever go back to a situation like that. So, who's to say if they weren't both celebrities, maybe she would have went back to him and stayed with him. But being that she is a public figure, she chose for the sake of her fan base and, you know, for the sake of just young ladies as an example. And I commend her for that. That's really cool. But you know, it seems like their publicists are like working in cahoots or something, because I just, you know, it seems like the last fucking 3 days have just been full of Chris Brown and Rihanna. And quite frankly, I could go without seeing either one of them for a while. Put them in Balloon Boy's balloon and send them off the fucking Oz or wherever else. You know, but yeah, as far as her interview goes, she seemed like she was pretty real about, you know, what she was saying. Um, I feel like she's a strong girl, and I also understand what she was saying about she was embarrassed, because I remember in high school I was dating this dude. Me and him got into an argument, and that bastard hauled off and punched me in my eye. Now, unlike Rihanna, I was breaking dishes because I hit him in the head with a lamp. We were at my house. My mom wasn't there. I hit him in the head with a lamp, and we kind of proceeded to fight, and then he left, you know. But still in all, you know, at the end of the day, he didn't have anything on his face. I had a black eye for almost 2 weeks. And when my friends came over and stuff, you know, obviously they were concerned when they came over and things. I didn't want them really to look at me, or to really, I didn't want to talk about it because I was embarrassed. And whether it's a boy or girl, it's embarrassing to get your ass beat. It's not even really about gender. It's embarrassing to get your ass beat. And then it's very embarrassing to get your ass beat by somebody who you're dating. So, you know, it is what it is. People handle situations different ways. You know, yeah, she did go back to him initially, but whatever. People fucking make mistakes. They're both young. I didn't realize that they were that young when that happened. I didn't realize that Rihanna was even that young. And you know, people get in heated arguments and things happen. And you know, depending on the severity, you handle things different ways. But in that case, I'm glad she left, because that little motherfucker is crazy. And he still has not admitted. Well, I guess in the last one, I saw an excerpt on NicoleBitchy.com, and he says, okay, well, yeah, I guess it was anger. No, really, Chris? You were just now figuring out that it was anger? Like, clearly, that was, you know, what caused you to lash out. I don't understand. Who couldn't figure that out? He was pissed off because she put him in a corner, backed him into a corner, into a lie, and people, you know, they get defensive when they're getting caught in a lie. So, yeah. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. Check out my website. I'll put the link up. And thanks for watching.